Hi everyone, my name is Priyanka and welcome to my vlog. So today I'm going to teach you how you can attract anything in this year, that is 2026. Now most of us, we have this idea about life that whatever we're receiving in this life, it's very random. So we look at things, we look at our opportunities, we look at how our life is coming around in terms of randomness. We think that we are not connected to anything that we're receiving in this life, that it's just how God has a plan for us, and that plan isn't really working out for us. Now, I'll let you know one thing, and that is God has a plan for you. But the problem is that you don't know how to be a part of that plan. So today I'm going to teach you very simple ways in which you're going to change your mindset about how you're looking at your life, how you're receiving abundance, because most of us, we struggle with abundance. If you tell anyone that tomorrow you're going to receive a lot of abundance, you know what people will say? Oh, I'm not going to receive abundance. You know why? Because I'm not worthy of it. It's not going to come my way. I've never received abundance from the divine. And that is how people usually react to life. Now, if you want to do better in this life, all you have to do is change that mindset of yours, because everything stems from here. First, you think here and then it happens in the real world. But you think otherwise. You think everything is happening in the real world and then it's impacting your brain. Actually, you're the one who's making tiny decisions every day. And you're not even aware that your decisions are impacting your life. You're thinking all the time that my life is not really good. My life is not worthy of love, money, relationships, health, all of these things you think. And you continue projecting that same thought in your life. And that thought continues to create sadness, depression, anxiety in your life. Now, if you want to do better in life and you want to attract good things in life, we are going to change that mindset of ours. Understand something, that mindset will always equal manifestation. It's what I live by. So if you want to change your life around, if you want to manifest, you will have to change your mindset. And first of all, you're never clear in your life about what you want. There's no clarity. There's always confusion, and the confusion is stepping in from one area of your life, and that is, what will people think about me? Will people accept this part of my life? Will I be able to lead a better life if I am doing this? Probably will upset a lot of individuals, and this is where you will have to change that thought process. How can you change that thought process? You can change that thought process by understanding what you want in your life. And now you say, how do I get that understanding? Because so far I've not received that understanding. I'm living in a company of people who will not support me, so definitely I'm not getting that understanding. Okay, take a breather. Don't get worried. Sit in meditation. So if you're not stilling this mind of yours, what you'll do is you'll end up creating a lot of chaos in your life. And that chaos is reflecting in your life, in your decision making process, because all of your thought is deriving from the fact that I don't know what to do with my life, right? And whatever I want to do is something that somebody else wants me to do. So if I want to build a career, then it's basically because my parents want it, or my friends are doing so well in this career, so I have to take that career. I have to compete with a lot of people. So these are the kind of situations we create in our life. We are living a life from a place of a lot of confusion. There's no clarity in our life, and because you have no clarity, you cannot attract something in your life, because the universe is absolutely in sync with you. This is what you need to understand. Even when you are confused, universe is in sync with you, so it's giving you all of that confusion back. So you're receiving a lot of things, but broken aspects of things. Universe will give me whatever I'm asking. So if there's a lot of confusion part on my end, there's no clarity, then I will receive that broken piece. And this is what you're doing. You are asking for things and you're not clear about things, and then you're receiving those broken parts. Then you're blaming the divine. Divine has given you what you asked for, and what you didn't ask for, you didn't receive, right? So this is where I want to tell you that you can change your life around if you become focused on what you want. You have to focus yourself to the minutest details. Say what you want and write it down. If that is what you want, you will receive it. Although, let me tell you, there's a forewarning to it, that you have to be patient about it. It's going to come to you when you're just ready to give up and you form a detachment to it. That's when things happen. Things don't happen when you're attached to the outcome. If you're too attached to the outcome, it probably might not come your way also, because the problem is that you're now, projecting your ego self that if I have this, I will become this individual, and then I'm going to rise above others and I'm going to showcase everyone down. If that is your mindset behind that clarity, it's not going to come to you. It's only going to come to you when you become humble, you become grounded, you become grateful. That's when things will move in your direction. But most probably, what I see in people is that even if they have clarity about what they want, they are going in from an ego state of mind. So they want to showcase to people that, I am better than you. If that is what you are aiming at, you'll probably not receive it. So for you to receive it, you have to become absolutely humble and grounded in your life. You just work, keep on working. It's not that you're supposed to let go of actions. You're supposed to carry on doing better for yourself, improving yourself, expecting it, improving, and then letting it go. This is how you will work into receiving that abundance in your life. Now, let's understand something, that to receive that abundance in your life, you have to stop resisting yourself. Most often, people, what they do is they keep on resisting this dream life. They think of this magnanimous thing in their life that is beyond their dreams, and they say to themselves, oh, this is really good. I want this in my life. I am going to get this life, right? I'm going to get this dream life. And then suddenly they wake up one day and they create a small little tiny doubt in their mind saying, oh, I might not receive it. You know why? Because I'm lacking in some area of my life. Then we attach ourselves to lack. So if you attach yourself to lack and you say to yourself, you know what, this is not coming my way because I am not good at this, then yes, that is what will impact your life. Because you see, when you think about lack, you end up feeling anxious, right? You create this energy which is all about anxiety, and you will feel as if I do this, I might not succeed in life. So you're actually aiming for failure because this is what you've been trained to do. I'm telling you, you're trained to do this. If you look at a child at a very young age, like 6, 7 years old, till that time when they are not so much nurtured by the outside world, they will fall and then they'll get up. Especially if you see children, cycling around and running around, they'll fall and then they'll get up and they'll not even say anything to themselves. They'll be like, oh yeah, this happens. Life is like this. You fall and then you get up and you do better for yourselves. But that same child, when that child turns into a teen, a 15 or 16-year-old, their conversation with themselves and with others starts like this. I'm not really good at this. And I'm interacting with a lot of teens of lately, and I've realized that teens are insufferable right now. You know why? Because there's so much of feedback that's happening. Like in my time, there was no internet. Even if there was internet, we used to use our computers that were desktop computers, and they were like assembled ones. If you're a 90s kid, you'll know what I'm talking about. And we didn't have access to social media like this, right? I mean, I remember using my desktop to type on MS Word. Internet charge was also quite a lot in those days, and we didn't have access to any of these social media platforms. So I couldn't see what the other kid was doing. I mean, if they were going for any international vacations or buying new clothes, that was not visible to me because I lived in an environment where everyone was in the same earning bracket, right? In my school and post my school, I mean, I'm from an army background, so everyone was in the same bracket. So if you are a teenager and if you're listening to my vlog by chance, then let me tell you that you cannot measure your life by looking at someone else's life. If you're doing that and you're becoming really sad and depressed in this life of yours, understand that you need to work upon your skill sets rather than focusing on what others are doing. Child is going on an international holiday who happens to be your batchmate and you're not going, then don't make it something that you have to do later on in life. That, you know what, I have to go for international travels if everyone is going. And this is what is happening to a lot of individuals. We are getting pressurized into creating this curated life. Even with a lot of people my age, the idea is that if my friends have visited 5 countries, I must visit 10 countries, even though I am draining my finances. How does it make sense? This is what is happening to a lot of people. We keep on comparing our life to everybody around us, and then we want to curate our life depending on what others are doing. So then you will never receive abundance in your life, because your idea of abundance is coming in from others. You want to curate a life because you want to showcase others down, or you want to compete with others. This vlog is not for you. This vlog is about having that connection with the divinity, realizing you're a spiritual being, and attracting that abundance. Now, abundance is just not, as I said, about money or about relationships. Abundance is this feeling of ease. If you are at ease, you will receive everything in this life. Everything will come in your life: money and relationships and good health. All of this will come in your life. But you have to understand that you have to go on a spiritual journey, rather than this idea that I want to manifest a Louis Vuitton bag. None of these things really matter in the long run. What matters is how you're feeling. Your feelings matter. And this is where the game will change for you, because I'm going to teach you how to master your emotions. You can go and see a video that I've uploaded before this, where I've talked about how you can master your emotions. Because if you start mastering your emotions, you will be able to attract whatever you want in this life of yours. Everything will become easy. It's just that we're so emotionally volatile all the time that we are always either feeling low and depressed, or feeling like, oh, this life is too great, and that crash is too much. We're crashing all the time. So rather than crashing, going up and down, why don't we do one thing? We stabilize our emotions, we stabilize our mindset, and we remain in that stable mindset, because that is how we can do better in life. Keep your head down and just work upon yourself. This is what you want to do in life. So understand something, that you have an intuition, right? You have that intelligence working for you, but you hardly use that intelligence. What you do is you only pay attention to what others are doing, and then you look at others and you basically look at your life, reflect back on your life, and then you don't really understand how to approach this life. You have an intuition that is always working for you, but you don't have access to it. You don't rely on it, and you simply let it pass by. Like a lot of people who live with narcissistic people, people who don't rely on the intuition, they're always avoiding their own self and relying on others. This is what a lot of people do. Use your intuition to stabilize your emotions. This is what you need to do. If you feel intuitive towards an individual who is not good for you, walk away from them, walk away from these situations, because this is what people do. People don't use the intuitions, they just keep on relying on how to please others. I mean, intuition is always working for you. You'll get that gut feeling, that intuition when you are, sitting in the company of an individual. You'll get that. But you hardly utilize the intuition. In fact, if your intuition is correct, and if you start practicing it more often, utilizing your intuition, you will even decipher what a person is saying, what the intention is, every time they're talking to you. It works when you are stilling that mind of yours, because without stilling that mind of yours, that might not work for you. So use your intuition, challenge yourself. Let's say today you went out and you interacted with a lot of people. You felt something. You always feel. Your intuition never lies to you. So whatever you're feeling, pay attention to that. Start utilizing your intuition as a a compass that tells you how people are. And if you feel that someone is not right for you, start distancing yourself from them, because if you want to receive abundance, you have to improve your feedback loops. Because if you're receiving feedback from a toxic individual, it might impact how you're thinking in your life. Especially if you're a person who has a lot of clutter and chaos in your life, then yes, it's going to impact your life a lot. So Understand that your intuition has to be in the driver's seat. It has to be in the forefront. It has to allow you to understand how the world is operating. If you start understanding how the world is operating, you will be able to get more clarity in life. Lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to uncomplicate this life of ours. How we're going to do that? We are going to create space in three areas of our life. Three areas of your life that you want to uncomplicate. First is your physical space, then is your emotional space, then is your creative space. What do I mean by uncomplicating your life? What I mean is that how is your physical space appearing in your life? If you have a lot of clutter around in your house, things are lying around, your almiras are looking like a tornado has walked into them. This is showcasing your mental state of mind. Every time you look at clutter, it impacts your brain. You feel that clutter around you creating a lot of confusion in your life. People who declutter their life will have more space to think. You leave your home and you go and travel and you stay in a hotel. You know why you love those hotel rooms? Why? Because they are clutter free. There's actually nothing new in a hotel room. That's why you love them. Because when you come back to your own house, your bed is not made up. You wake up every morning, do not make up your bed. It remains like that throughout the day. Then your stuff is always lying around, on your bedside table or on your TV console. Things are cluttered. Then you have a space in your house where all your clothes are lying around in a clutter. There's a whole bundle of washed clothes that never get folded. Your almiras look like a tornado has walked into them. If you're living in a cluttered house, you will always find yourself feeling that confusion seeping into your life. Your cluttered house is a reflection of your cluttered mind. And please declutter your storage spaces. If you have a room in your house that has a lot of unwanted junk that you don't use ever, I see people storing so much of unwanted stuff, never letting it go because they think that we might use it someday. If you've not used it in the first 6 months of buying it, throw it away. At least throw away stuff that is of no value. All of these polythene bags and these bundles of newspapers, at least that has stopped since COVID. But then we still have a lot of clothes and almiras that we don't use. And if you're not using our clothes, for at least the last 10 years, you have these piles of jeans and clothes that you've not used, remove them because that is what is cluttering your life. All of that garbage that you're carrying on in your life is impacting your life because it is showcasing what all emotional garbage you're carrying inside. You are unable to let go of your trauma. You're unable to let go of these emotions you've created in your life. So let's come to emotional space. In our emotional space, we clutter with a lot of emotions that are not wanted in our life. These unwanted emotions that we keep on creating over and over again. Yes, you will have toxic people. Yes, you will live in a world that is not that good, kind. Unfortunately, we are living in a world like that. And if we keep on absorbing everyone's energy, it's going to showcase in our life. You need to understand that you're an energy being. You're like a sponge bug. You go out there and you attract all of this negative energy because you're interacting with the world, and then you receive that negative energy, then you keep it in your emotional being and you carry it along with you everywhere you go. That is why you're feeling overwhelmed in life. You have to let go of that emotional baggage. Yes, somebody didn't wish you on your birthday, somebody forgot your anniversary, very loved one, or let's say people were rude to you, people invited you to a party and didn't pay attention to you, they were rude to you, they were rude to your family. All of these things happen, right, in life. These are the examples that I'm giving because I've experienced that a lot of people have a similar pain body, like similar uh, manifestation of malefic people and trauma in their life. Most of us have experienced almost similar trauma. If you sit and talk and have a conversation with people around you, you'll realize that Almost all households are like this, either infighting of parents or, being bullied at school. At least some of these things are very common in our lives. And the only difference between you and somebody who's doing well in life is that you didn't move on and they moved on. That's it. So if you want abundance in your life, you have to move on from that trauma. You have to let it go. It's your past. If you keep carrying that weight of the past, it's going to impact not only your present, but it's going to impact your future. So you have to let it go. Do a ritual if you have to. Write down whatever has caused trauma in your life and burn it. If that's what's going to make you release that trauma. Because what happens to most of us is that we create these boxes of trauma in our life, not boxes of happiness and joy. We don't really go back and pay attention to beautiful memories. No, we don't do that. We only pay attention to bad memories because the ego self is resistant to good and is attracted to bad. So your ego self will always tell you, this is what happened in your life. This is what you experienced. You must feel bad. You must feel sad throughout the day. It happened 20 years back and I'm feeling sad today. So it's impacting my present day. Then when I'm making decisions for my future from today, it's going to impact my future also. So somebody said something to me, they mistreated me 20 years back, and I'm going to carry that energy into my life. I mean, I'm 40. And from 20 to 40, I've carried that energy in my life. And then I'm asking Divine, why is my life not improving? So Divine is saying, just let it go. Let it go completely. But you don't want to let it go. You want to keep yourself in that cesspool of negativity, then keep yourself in that cesspool of negativity, because that is what you keep on doing. You don't want to improve your life by letting go of your trauma. So you have to let go of that trauma. Let it go, just let it go. And the only way you can stop overthinking about it is by sitting in stillness. No other way. You can try everything. You can go for vacations, you can join a gym class, you can join a yoga class, you can go into the mountains or on the beach. Do anything you want in this life. If you want to overcome trauma, really overcome trauma that you've experienced in a life, sit in stillness. Still this mind of yours, because this is where it's going on. It's been going on for so long. So how do you think that you will attract anything in your life if you keep on living in negativity? Because negativity will attract negativity. Positivity will attract positivity. These are very simple, basic things that you need to understand about life. Use your internal dialogue for your benefit. If your internal dialogue is, oh, I've experienced such a lack in my life, everything is going wrong in my life, then yes, your internal dialogue is going against you. So start correcting that internal dialogue. Change your words, your terminology. Every time you start speaking bad about yourself or bad about your life or bad about others, come back and tell yourself, oh, this doesn't really work out for me. I change my thought process here and now, because every time I change my thought process, I'm creating something good for me. That's what you tell yourself. So you want good things, right? Then you have to work upon yourself. It's the hardest task to work upon yourself, because it's easy to read a book and give an exam or improve your skill set. But there's one thing that you cannot do, and that is improve your mindset. That is the toughest ask. I mean, people can try doing anything, but it takes a lot of practice, a lot of will actually, and determination to change the way you've been thinking all along. And if you want to improve your life, you will have to become strong here. Because once you become strong here, you'll be able to change everything in your life. This is the mental strength you want. And without divine, you will never be able to change that. You'll never be able to get that mental strength. It doesn't come from people, it doesn't come from any place else other than belief in the divine. So sit in meditation every day, work upon yourself, and this life that you want can come to you. 2026 can be amazing for you. Start saying that 2026 is the year when I'm going to make all my dreams come true. So with this, I'm going to end my vlog. I hope you have a great day ahead, and I hope this year is great for you and that all of your dreams come true in 2026. So do like, share, and subscribe and comment down below. And thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.